Donald Trump wants you to believe something that isn't true about Washington, D.C. I live here, so I can tell you honestly. Trump wants you to believe that this town is a crime ridden hellhole. Now, there is crime. Uh, Everywhere you walk in Washington, you smell pot. Like, that is definitely true. But right now, Trump is in the midst of threatening to increase the federal law enforcement presence in Washington and even call up the National Guard to quote unquote keep Washington safe. Now, this appears to me to be in response to the fact that over the weekend, a guy who used to work for DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, got mugged at 3 a.m. in Washington. Now, I don't, this guy, I don't want him to get mugged. It's bad that he got mugged, obviously, but it's anecdotal. It's a big city. Lots and lots of people live in Washington. There's going to be some level of crime, yes, in DC. But the idea that that there's some sort of crime spree or the city is out of control, I can just tell you is not true. And you don't just have to believe me. I'll give you some numbers. So this is what Trump said on Wednesday. He said, I could show you a chart comparing DC to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. Okay, so I just went and did a little bit of research. According to the Department of Justice, in 2024, violent crime in Washington hit a 30-year low. Okay, that was 2024. And it's violent crime, not all crime. Fine. So I did a little bit more digging. The DC Police Department keeps stats on all sorts of crimes committed and compares them to where we were last year. Okay, so this is their current tracker. This is 2025. Violent crime is down 26%. All crime is down 7%. Robberies are down 29%. Homicide is down 12%. Aggravated assault is down 20%. Sexual abuse is down 48%. That's so far in 2025. So the reality here is that DC, like any big city, is not perfectly safe. And I think any efforts to make it safer are fine, generally speaking. But presenting DC as in the midst of some sort of crime spree, as crime-ridden, as saying you can't walk down the streets, is simply not borne out. Trump is taking one thing, the assault of a guy who used to work for DOGE, which, as I have said many times, I take no joy in that. That should not happen. He's taking that one thing and he is turning it into some broader argument that is simply not borne out by facts. Now, the more troubling thing is, does Donald Trump actually believe this, that DC is in some way terrible and very dangerous? Or is he rather just using this as a way to talk about an issue that is good for him, which is cracking down on illegal behavior? I don't know the answer to that. Look, Trump has been long marinated in Fox News and the Fox News culture. He watches Fox News all the time. We know this. If you do watch Fox News, and I watch it probably once a week or so, if you watch Fox News for any set of hours, couple hours at least, what you will see is a lot of stories about crimes committed in major cities in America. Robberies, muggings, murders. There's just a lot of that content. And again, none of these things are good. I don't condone any of this stuff. But what it is it's taking one or two isolated incidents and making it look as though you can't go to San Francisco, you can't go to Chicago, you can't go to Washington. When the truth of the matter is, these are big cities. Some of them have larger crime problems than others. But the fact that someone gets mugged or murdered is an unfortunate reality of living in these big cities at times. You're never going to zero out all crime unless you have a pre-crime unit like John Anderton in that amazing movie. But that's a totally separate point. So this is something that Trump marinates in. He watches it all the time. Fox News runs it all the time. They've run this DOGE staffer getting mugged, the story a ton. And so I think he may actually believe it. I mean, it's not like he goes out and walks around in Washington much. No president can or will because of the security concerns of a president wandering around anywhere. So I don't know if he believes it or if he thinks it's good for him or both. My guess is it's probably both. The worrisome thing for me, honestly, is that he believes it because it's simply not true. I'll just go through the stats one more time. Violent crime was down 30% in 2024. Violent crime hit a 30-year low in 2024 in Washington. In 2025, as compared to 2024, so far, all crime down 7%, violent crime down 26%, robbery down 29%, homicide down 12%, aggravated assault down 20%, and sexual abuse down 48%. These are the numbers. This is the reality. You are entitled to your own opinions, but not your own facts. Thank you, Daniel Patrick Moynihan. It remains true. DC, like many big cities, is not entirely safe. But the idea that DC needs more federal law enforcement and the National Guard called up is not borne out by the facts. All right, that's it for me. One thing I ask to do for me is become a free subscriber. Just hit that subscribe button. You'll get plenty of free content, and I'll continue to grow my audience and my life and career as a content creator. Okay, everybody, take care.